syndrome. What the?
Have I?
No, oh no, it's already gone downhill. Why?
And that's the first thing people are gonna hear because the stream has started.
Oh, God.
Lolsies.
I don't know. I've just come on. What are you guys talking about?
So anyway, whilst Alex sorts out his Skype, I think we're going to start anyway because we're 10 minutes late. We're an hour and 10 minutes late according to Colin's watch, but there we go.
Yep.
He's free from church today, so it's all right.
I know, I had to beg his wife to let him have the day off church. So we're going to make the most of this.
Yeah, what's the order?
Okay, Alex is asking me to call him again.
Oh, you kryptonite. What are you doing?
Mongoloid is a controversial term sometimes used for all of some peoples indigenous to East Asia, Central Asia. It is not caught on over here.
No, don't know. It's a bad word.
It's not as bad as other bad words, though. My favourite is window licker, but there we go.
Oh, God. God, I'll go off.
Just talking about them. Hi, Alex.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
I'll disappear for a few weeks and basically I'll come back and it's like, wow.
I've been trying to set up the internet down the games room. It's a fucking nightmare. It really is.
Dude,
give up.
It's easy.
No, Virgin.
All you need is that power line adapter and you're golden, mate.
Well, I run that lead down there, right? And then I went into PC Curry's. I said, I've run a lead from the Wi-Fi point in the house all the way down to my room. Do I need just like another router that I plug in? And they said, no, you'll have to contact your provider. You can't just buy one of the routers off the shelf.
Dude,
it would conflict
I've got loads of
with
spare routers at my house.
Will it conflict with the one in the house, though?
No.
It shouldn't do.
No, not if you set it up as a slave.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
You just need a really long Ethernet cable.
Which I've done.
And plug a router in as a Wi-Fi hotspot. Job done.
Oh, I'll give that a go.
It's a little bit more setting up than that because you need to make sure that the other router isn't signing IP addresses, but I can walk you through that at some other time.
Yeah.
That's easy enough.
Yeah.
If you need a router, I've got a spare Sky one here that you can have, so...
Oh, that'd be cool, dude.
All right.
Yeah, they're quite a lot of money.
Cool. Right. So we're going to start.
Let's do this.
There is many of us here, so it's going to be awesome. So it's going to be the usual golden rule. If someone mentions a game that you have on your list, delete it from your list and discuss it at that time. Do not repeat that game again. Thank you.
Ooh, get you.
I know. Has everyone got the chat open on Skype? Because I'm going to write the order down.
No.
Can you just tell me?
Okay, I'm going to tell you the order as well.
Oh, I've done it. Yeah, I've done it.
Post the link to the show notes in the Skype chat as well, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fucking hell. Sorry about the buzzing.
I've only got a few games on my list, so mine won't be long. Colin, you mentioned some news as well that I didn't put in the show notes. Can you put that in as well? The news that you put in the Twitter chat earlier.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you steady?
Just hit the road.
What's the order?
Okay, the order is Colin, Dan, Phil, Darren, Alex.
Cool.
Okay. And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Hello and welcome to Mojo Radio, episode 419 for Sunday, the 23rd of April 2017. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamertag Pearson ID, Webby317, and joining me today is...
You'll never see it coming! Collie Wally.
I'm slightly terrified now, instead of my dad.
Alex from Nintendo Arcade, pretty hungover, actually.
Yay!
A Mongoloid Urban Big Pete.
Yeah.
And Sensei Switch.
How's it going? How did you mess up that order, people? Come on.
Yeah,
I thought I got it right.
Alex jumped the queue.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it's okay,
did
we
he?
love him.
That's strike
Sorry,
one,
guys.
Alex.
Oh, well.
Strike one.
And then I'm off. I'm down the fucking road.
So yeah, it's nice to have a nice collection of dudes on this week. It hasn't happened in a long time, so we're going to get those gaming juices flowing. It's going to be awesome times. So we're going to start off with a few games we've played, and then we're going to go into a little bit of news that's come out this week as well. Some of it's good, some of it I'm really not interested in, but I'm going to discuss it anyway.
Standard.
Yeah, has to be done. You know what I'm talking about because I've just typed it in the notes. But there,
I don't look at the notes anymore.
You don't look at the notes. Well, you are missing out, man. Missing
Oh,
out,
fuck.
big time.
good man.
Until I mention it anyway. So
Good. It's like a surprise for me. Thank you.
Oh, you do love a surprise, Dan. You do love a
Fucking
surprise.
do, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Hey.
My favourite things
Ding
ever.
dong.
Here's a surprise you don't want to hear. Hey!
So, I'm going to talk about a few games I've been playing this week. I've not been actually gaming a hell of a lot this week, but I have been playing a few games. Some have been a little bit of a disappointment, some have been really awesome. So, first game that started off as a disappointment but is slowly growing on me is Horizon Zero Dawn on the PlayStation 4. PS4 exclusive.
Wow.
Disappointment.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if any of you guys have also been playing it, but I'll tell you what, this game at the beginning is a real slow burn. It really is. It took me ages just to get into it. I don't know if it was just me. I don't know if part of it is because I'm really digging Near Automata at the moment, and playing any other game is just crap in comparison. Yeah,
I think that's the case.
I've played about 4 or 5 hours of Horizon Zero Dawn now, and kind of until you kind of get into the open world, it's just kind of like, oh, come on, I just want to get into the bulk of the game. It's kind of setting up the story, and it's actually pretty good graphically. It's stunning. Gameplay wise, it's pretty good, and I'm enjoying it, but I'm not. I think the reason I'm a little bit disappointed with it at the moment is because it was hyped up to be this all-encompassing, amazing game, and I'm just like, oh, I'm a little bit deflated now because it's not what people have been saying it is.
So was there a lot of storyline, like cinematics at the beginning then, Mark?
Yeah, at the beginning there's quite a lot of story, there's quite a lot of build-up, and in hindsight that build-up is actually pretty cool, but I was kind of
It's
like...
world and character building stuff. It's
Yeah.
needed.
Tutorial?
Yeah, tutorial, but now I'm into the open world. I mean, the open world is absolutely massive. But I think the way I'm going to play this game is I'm just going to pretty much ignore the side quests, because the side quests I've done so far have been pretty much the typical fetch quest boring crap, and I really want to kind of dig into the main story, if that makes sense, the main campaign.
Yeah, some of them do. I will just point out, some of them do actually have a standing on the final story mission. If you've done certain side quests for certain characters, like certain characters will be there with you at the end mission and such.
That's cool,
Warned,
but
Mark.
I mean, I do think the premise of the game is pretty cool. It's kind of this dystopian future where the machines have taken over the world, and like people in general kind of like living as tribes with bows and arrows and stuff, and this tribe that you're in, you know, warns against technology and they want to be one with the planet, so to speak, and your character kind of finds this piece of technology
Who's having a shave?
which helps
It's not that. My fucking Switch keeps vibrating like a bastard. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, that's quite a vicious vibration there.
It's a shit one at that.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm sorry.
you know,
Sorry, Webby.
you get this piece of technology which helps the main character out throughout the game, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. I think Switch has played it a little bit more than me.
Yeah, I'm about 60% through.
Yeah, so I know you love this game, I imagine. Is that right?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better games I've played this year.
Is it big? Big open world?
Pretty reasonable. I think if
Yeah.
it's the sort of game where you could easily put like 50 to 60 hours in. Like myself, probably longer because I take ages and I'm very anal about everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
What,
Those
the main
games where
quest? Yeah.
I'll do all the side missions and then move on with
Mm.
the main story and explore every nook and cranny sort of a thing for collectibles and such.
Yeah.
I just find the whole premise of like pretty much all the animals in the world are like dinosaur animals. It's just
Robotic, aren't they?
yeah.
Are they
I just find
robotic
it
type
really
thing?
weird.
Yeah.
Like dinosaur robots. I don't get
It
it.
gets it gets explained as you go through the story, but
Oh,
it'd
right,
be a
so I've not got
spoiler.
that
So
far yet. So
yeah, it's a pretty cool story actually, and
It's like very
whatnot.
far in the future, and all of our modern civilization has like crumbled, right? And you have to
Pretty
like
much,
piece
yeah.
together what happened to
Yeah,
humanity.
the actual place where the thing is set is a place that's like real. You know what
So
I
it's
mean?
not Earth then. It's not Earth in
Is
the
it
future.
the North American
Yeah.
continent? Where
It
where
is.
it?
It is part of America. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're in.
as
Well, it
It's
looks
everywhere
almost like
amazing.
I mean,
it's almost
graphically,
like
it's stunning.
a
Yeah.
sci-fi game sort of a thing,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I mean it's
Sci-fi
cool. I
style.
think, as I say, my issue is there's just so much choice of games out at the moment, and I'm just trying to fit in quite a lot of games all in one go.
I would finish near and then move on to it because it sounds like you want to play that more.
And I have been, and I'll talk about that in one moment. But I'm just going to say my overall first impressions of Horizon Zero Dawn are quite mixed. I'm actually borrowing it off a friend from work, so that's kind of why I'm kind of like, well, I do want to do this quite soon because I don't want to take the piss and keep it for ages. But yeah, it's a good game, but it's not like this all-encompassing game of the year contender for me. But it is a good game.
You should have a chat with Letterbox, because Letterbox is over the moon for this game, as far as I have heard him say.
Well, he shouldn't have left the
enjoys
podcast
it.
because if he was still here, he could then argue with me.
Stand up
couldn't
for
he?
it.
Yes.
He could.
So
let that be a lesson to you, Tim.
So, Tim, that is a lesson to any of you who leave the podcast. You will never be able to defend yourselves ever again.
That includes you, Stunty.
Yeah, so, that's Horizon Zero Dawn for me. Does anyone else want to talk about that at all? Anyone else been playing it?
No, I haven't picked it up.
Not recently, no. Keep meaning
I
to
have
go
my
back
eye
to
on this one. Like we are in an age of PS4 dominance right now, whether it's short term or long term, who knows? But with Nier, Persona, and Horizon Zero Dawn, it's like all the exclusives are for the PlayStation right now. So
Yep.
I've had my eyes on it, and I probably will end up buying it, ordering it off Amazon.
So
Yeah, I might be getting a PS4 in a couple of weeks' time.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is about the PlayStation 4 dominance at the moment is these games don't appeal to all people because they're all Japanese games, aren't they? But these are the kind
Horizon's
of games
Western.
yeah, but
Yes.
like Nier and Persona 5, they're very Japanesey games. But those are the sort of games I absolutely love. So
Do you think then, going forward with the two consoles, that's what's going to sort of tear them apart, if you like? People are either going to like Japanese games, so they're going to buy a PS4, or if you like the sort of first-person shoot 'em up, people are going to go for the Xbox One, and that's going to what's going to differentiate them, not the graphics, but the games going forward, because they seem to be sort of lost, really. I think Xbox going forward. I don't know where they're going with their stuff.
I just think they're holding back a lot of their exclusives for the Scorpio. I think they're just.
But again, they're going on graphics, aren't they? Power, and not on the games. Where I think the PS4 at the moment is just
dinner.
Yeah. I think they need more Japanese developers on board. Microsoft,
yeah, but the problem is,
I
because
think
Xbox is
some,
doing so
yeah.
shit in Japan, they struggle with that.
I think the situation you just described, Alex, where the Japanesey stuff is on PlayStation and the shooter military Western stuff is on Xbox, was what it was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, with PlayStation 2 and the Xbox One, and in the breakout of Halo and Call of Duty 2 hitting the console, and then followed by Call of Duty 4. Yeah. Everybody was on Xbox, and so the cycles it's
gone back.
It's done a 180.
Way.
It's done a 180 now, kind of. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wasn't the boss of Microsoft in Japan recently, trying to get developers on board. That's what I read.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So. But
Yeah, so-
you've also obviously got now the fact that whereas back in the day, like obviously the Xbox 360 and stuff had the timed exclusivity on certain stuff, that's switched around now. Like Destiny's got exclusive content, like Destiny 2 is going to have exclusive content on PS4, and the Call of Duty map packs are like a month before on PlayStation. Bit of a thing for those. But then
Again,
you get stuff like you've got EA access and stuff on Xbox, which PlayStation doesn't have and stuff. So it's vice versa in certain aspects.
It's been pretty strange in my house recently with because obviously I have both the consoles. The Xbox has been plugged into my smaller TV and a lot of the time my PC monitor. Whereas the PlayStation has been the console hooked up to the big TV and being used for, obviously, these Japanese games. But because it's been plugged to the TV, it's been the Netflix machine and the Sky machine, kind of that multimedia hub that the Xbox has been used for. So it's kind of, in that regard, the consoles have done a 180 in my household, which is quite weird.
Yeah.
So,
but to be honest, I prefer the art direction of the Japanese games, and the imagination and the work that goes into them is just absolutely incredible. I think with the West, it's always been a sort of, trying to get sort of realism, a simulation, the best they can. Do you know what I mean? I think people like a sports sim or a flight sim. That seems to be the way the West always goes, or God sim. But the Japanese always do something completely different, and that fascinates me. I'm glad they're back on board because they've been sort of down over the last few years, haven't they? The Japanese developers.
Yeah, they seem to be making a big comeback.
Yeah. Either that or people are just suddenly waking up.
Yeah. Want something different.
Well, Microsoft was real aggressive in the 360 era, and the 360 kind of dominated the PS3 at least in the beginning, right? I think, and then maybe they got lazy. I don't know. I think the biggest thing that the Xbox and the West has is EA right now, and I think EA has just been disappointment after disappointment with Dragon Age Inquisition and
Dragon Age was pretty well received.
On which ones?
The Inquisition, I thought it was pretty well received.
Yeah, it was.
Never negativity about it.
What about Red Dead? Is Red Dead going to be on both of them?
Yeah, that's going to be awesome, I think. Yeah, but then again, we don't know how it's going to be. There's a lot of people saying that it's going to be almost like GTA Online. That's the rumours. And I'm not too sure if I particularly like that. Yeah, I'd like an online portion like GTA Online, but I don't want like the whole game to be like that.
No.
Yep. Agreed.
Anyway, so talking about these awesome PlayStation 4 exclusives, I picked up Nier Automata last week, and
how awesome is it?
Oh my god! There was a reason why I was looking forward to this, and my dreams have been fulfilled with this game. I'll tell you what, I am absolutely loving it. I've not played a game like this, like ever. I don't think that just encompasses so many different game variations in one game. Yes, it's a little bit pervy with the robot with the short dress thing, but if you can look past that, it's a really well done third-person hack and slash, side-scrolling kind of jump, just a side-scrolling game, mixed with a top-down bullet hell game. It's like
sounds awesome.
So, and I tell you what, when you face these giant bosses, I get goosebumps when the music kicks in and the big bosses come out, and you just like having to fight this just giant monster, and I'm just like, oh my god! And
so how do the other sort of side-scrolling elements sort of link in with the?
It's just the way the camera angle changes. It
just changes seamlessly, when you're playing it, and it doesn't really throw you out too much either.
No, it's just.
Sounds weird.
I'll tell you what, this game has. I do seriously think this game has been a work of pure love from the creators because it's just so polished, and it's really nice to see a game come out at launch and not be fucking buggy or anything like that. It's just a pure joy to play. And
that's platinum for you.
And the thing that
not all their stuff has been that great, to be honest. Recently, Platinum. I mean, they were darlings, but they have had a few sort of like weird titles as of late.
Anyway, like what I want to say about this game, obviously the gameplay is flawless. It is just absolutely phenomenal, and the more you play of this game, the deeper the story gets as well. And I'm not going to give anything away because people really need to play this game to really, find out about the back end of the story themselves. But basically, the crux of the game is robots have taken over the world, killed most of the humans, and the surviving humans are now living on a base on the moon. And they send down androids to go down to Earth to kill the robots so humans can go and live on the planet again. That's kind of the backstory of the game. And as you go through the game, you find that not all the robots are actually out to kill you, and it's just quite an interesting twist on just life in general and how we relate to robots, and it makes you think about robots that have been created in real life now and the future of where we're going and stuff.
Sort of like the Ex
Sounds-
Machina thing, isn't it? If
Yeah,
something's got
yeah.
free fall, is it really like alive or is it a machine
Yeah.
sort of
Sounds
a thing?
quite thought-provoking.
It is. It's
Yeah.
great, and obviously it does have its Japanese cheesy bits. But I tell you what, like some of the areas you go to in this game are just absolutely crazy. Like as a prime example, there's an area in the game where you're in a theme park and you ride a roller coaster, and then you're fighting robots on that where you're riding a roller coaster, and it's just absolutely hilarious.
Out there.
And
Yeah.
and you're just thinking to yourself, this is just crazy, but absolutely fucking cool at the same time. Colin asked me on PlayStation to watch my gameplay the other day, and I think I streamed it for about 40 minutes, and I think I fought a boss during there, and I can't remember what areas I went to.
Yeah, it was like a snake-looking thing.
Yeah. I mean, what did you think of just watching the gameplay?
It looks good. I mean, there's lots of explosions, and it reminds me of Ninja Gaiden 2. Is the best that in terms of the combat. The big, massive sound effects, intense sword swiping graphics. That just the dopamine injection you get from the battles. Seems pretty cool. The world reminds me a lot of Enslaved.
Yes,
or
that's sort of like weird.
Last of Us, like it may be more Enslaved than Last of Us, but it's like post-apocalyptic, but very green, abandoned world, type of vibe from the world that I'm seeing. So
Yeah.
interesting to see that on display again. What's the robot that follows you around and that you jump onto and helicopter down? Is that your little companion, and you upgrade it?
Yes, that's your little machine, and actually, like if you get the day one edition of the game, you get a PlayStation 1 skin for him. So I've got a little PS1 float, like follow me around, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
I just, I haven't had a game. I haven't played a game in a while because I'm also playing Mass Effect at the moment. But kind of got all these really great games on the go, and the only game I really think about when I'm not playing it is Nier Automata, and it's kind of the only game that I really want to play at the moment. So all the other games are kind of hit the back burner. I just want to concentrate on this. It is that good, and I do encourage anyone that has a PS4 to pick this game up, even if you've not played the first Nier. I mean, I think the first Nier was vastly underrated, and it was just a pure masterpiece in my opinion. And they followed it up with an even better game this time, and I don't know what else I can say to really sell this game to people.
Well-
Watch some videos on YouTube or whatever. I am loving it. It's just so fucking good.
How strong's the story, and how kind of crazy Japanese is the story? That's what
Switch,
I'd worry
do you
about,
want to
because the
answer that?
action looks
Because
awesome.
I think Switch is further than me in the game.
It's hard I don't really think the storyline's very sort of like Japanesey and thingy. I suppose the only thing that would be the characters and how they're possibly portrayed, but it could be in any sort of like Western media as well. Basically, the sort of like the way the story is and everything.
I mean, is the writing good? Do you care about the characters?
Yeah.
At the moment, I do. Yeah, there are, to get the full story to the game, you will need to finish it 6 times, I believe.
Bollock!
Whoa.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Because every time you complete it, I think you go back to a certain part in the story and you will see parts of the story from a completely different perspective.
How
So it
many
sort of
hours
tells the sort of
for a playthrough? 30, 40?
about that, yeah, sort of like. But obviously,
Wow.
the later playthroughs won't be as long because obviously you're going to be starting from a
Two
certain
level
point in the
plus,
story.
you're strong at the start and that type of thing? or
Yeah,
no?
but you won't be starting from the beginning. You'll be starting, say, like halfway through. So you'll only have like a certain part of it left to do or something. So it's not like you've got to do the entire game again like
And
6 times.
they did that in the first Nier as well. I think it was on 2 discs, and you only went back to disc 2, didn't you, after you finished it? Or just halfway through the game or something like that. So, but yeah, overall, Nier Automata, that is a great reason to own a PS4. In my opinion, the games that have been released on the PS4 so far this year are enough in my mind to warrant picking up a console for.
Definitely.
They are
Definitely.
that fucking good, especially with the back catalogue of games that are also available. It's just a great time to be a PlayStation 4 owner. It really, really is. There's just a great catalogue on there, and I have to say the catalogue of exclusive games is far superior than that on the Xbox right now. It really, really is. So.
Yep.
There's no getting away from
True.
that. So anyway, is there anything else you guys want to just say about Nier Automata before I move on?
I think I'll
No.
get it.
No, you're right.
Cool. Okay, so that's those two games out of the way. Okay, so I've finished Ghost Recon Wildlands. Took me 96 hours to get all the achievements apart from 2. And I really, really enjoyed it. But what I want to discuss with you guys is I bought the Season Pass for Ghost Recon, and actually the first DLC called Narco Road came out this past week. It is not very good. I'm just going to throw it out there. It is not a Ghost Recon game at all. It's just everything that Ghost Recon isn't, in the way of you're asked to do like crazy stunts in the open world, and you're doing all this stupid shit, and I'm like, hang on a minute, a Ghost Recon
What's
game.
that got to do with Narcos?
Well, yeah, what's it got to do with Narcos? What's it got to do with anything that's Ghost Recon style? So basically, you infiltrate the Santa Blanca, and they want you for them to believe that you've really left the Ghost to join the Santa Blanca. They want you to drive cars really fast and go up ramps and jumps and fly a helicopter around like crazy. I'm like, what the fuck is this? A Ghost Recon game is
It's
meant
Ubisoft.
to be quite serious. You're meant to be
you've
sneaking
bought
around.
Webby, so you've bought another Ubisoft season pass before knowing what all the content is, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell, mate.
Well,
What happened to the Division?
I'm glad because I haven't bought the season pass, and this has been my main game for the last month or so, trying to just get everything. But you said now it's definitely put me off because I was going to pick it up depending on if it was good or not.
It's like crazy ass fucking. It's just like Just Cause. That is what I will compare it to.
Okay.
Fucking Just
It
Cause.
sounds really good then.
If I want to play a Just Cause game, I will
dear.
play Just Cause. I have that
It's
on my
fun to play.
Xbox. I love Ghost Recon games. I am a hardcore Ghost Recon fan from the old school ones, and so's Phil.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I believe Darren enjoyed them as well. They were hardcore. We took the missions really serious. We did proper tactics. And the main game of Ghost Recon Wildlands, you can play it like that. If you want to, you can do it like that. But this DLC just fucking throws all of that out the window, and in my view, really fucking gives the fans of Ghost Recon games two fingers in the face. It really, really does. It has really fucking pissed me off that much. How shit that DLC is. And I'll tell you what, I will never ever be buying a season pass for an Ubisoft game again.
Ooh,
So, how much was this season pass?
It
was
was
30 quid.
30 quid.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be supporting it for a year?
Something
yeah,
like that.
probably. Yeah, they're bringing a free PvP update because there's no PvP in the game at the minute, and they're going to be bringing that in the next month or two. But no date.
But that's free.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
free.
you really want.
Yeah.
And that helps the game long term, doesn't it, in theory?
It does. It should do. Yeah. If it's good.
Okay. Yeah, there's no guarantee of that at the moment, is there?
Mm.
Okay.
But I've been playing this myself the last month, and I've been just running around. I've finished all the missions myself now. But I've been going around just getting all the guns, all the weapon parts, all the bonus medals, and I still get enjoyment out of it. But for a game that was talked about all being co-op, and don't get me wrong, co-op is fun, but the way to play Ghost Recon is to be stealthy, and I think it was better suited to be stealthy when you were playing in single player, compared
Yes,
to
completely
co-op.
agree.
Yeah,
And-
because you got the sync shots that'll work out perfectly in single, won't you? It's like
Yeah, and it just didn't. It just didn't feel like an old school Ghost Recon game. I still enjoyed it, but it's not. It's not there. The way it was designed isn't great for the old Ghost Recon fans, as Mark was saying.
Yeah, it's a disappointment. I'm disappointed now. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the main game, but I think I'm nearly done with the game now. I think I've pretty much done everything that I want to do, and the DLC has completely pissed me off to the point where I am just gutted I paid for it.
Well,
So
the multiplayer does sound good. It's like 4v4.
that's cool. Is that even out yet? I don't think it
No,
is.
it's
Is
not
it?
out yet. No, it's coming out the next month or so, whenever it is released. But the main mode is going to be like a 4-on-4 tactical thing. You're put in one small area within the map, and you may have to control the points or whatever. But I know it's 4v4, and it's going to
how
be quite
does it
tactical.
fit in lore-wise?
No idea.
There's a lot of games that tack on like the multiplayer aspect, and there's no fucking like lore to them, and you just think like it doesn't suit it.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it, sort of a thing.
The one thing that did piss me off in the game, the level up within the game. You
Oh,
have to go and do all
yep.
these side missions to get gasoline and like all these resources to level up. Now you can go through the game, and at one point you need like a skill point to level up. I had over 135 skill points, and I couldn't level up because I had to go and grind these side up missions, and I still haven't done them all.
Resources.
Yeah, it's that part wasn't enjoyable either.
Yeah,
You should be
I
just
agree.
leveling up as you were progressing through the story and taking down each of the like 23, 24 targets or whatever. It wasn't Ghost Recon enough, but it is a good game for what it is. But it's not the old Ghost Recon. It's completely different.
They really need with the Ghost Recon games to go back to the roots. I'm talking about the Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter roots of the game. Those were the best games in the series, in my opinion. So, yeah. That's all I have to say on that. And the last game I have personally played this week, I played a little bit, not much, of Mass Effect Andromeda. It's been patched apparently to sort the faces out. I never really saw an issue with the faces in the first place because I'm not a picky fucker. I'm enjoying it. I think it's a really cool game. But my problem with Mass Effect is when I get to a planet, I literally do every single fucking side quest, and then I move on, and that is quite time consuming.
And there's a lot of game here. I could see this game taking more than 100 hours to complete if you wanted to be thorough in the way you're playing. So I said last week I was probably going to chuck in Mass Effect, but I've actually been playing it. I've probably played another 5 or 6 hours on it in the last week or so, and I am enjoying myself. I'll be honest, but I think I tweeted yesterday that it feels like it's trying to be Dragon Age. Like there's a lot of world building type stuff where you have to settle a planet, resource management and exploration, and you have to build colonies. And I want to unravel a dark space opera, not build a world. You know what I'm saying? That part is frustrating a little bit because there's a viability rating on every planet that you go to, and you have to get the viability of that planet for inhabitants by humans and other species up to a certain level before the story progresses or before certain things happen. So I'm finding that a little bit frustrating. I'd rather just have it stick to a really good, strong story. But there is a really cool, strong story. So, Webby, are you fully done with EOS at this point? That's the first planet. Hopefully
yes, I've done EOS, and I've done the second planet as well. I forget the name of it now. It was the ice planet.
So you're ahead of me then. I've got it so that there's breathable air on EOS, but I still have areas that I can't go because the radiation's too severe. So I know I'm going to have to go back to it at some point. I think I've got the viability. I've got the viability on EOS up to like 80% or something. So, and I've got the Krogan companion now. He seems cool. I've always liked the Krogans from the previous Mass Effect games. I was going to ask you and anybody else who's played Mass Effect, who are you using in your squads? Because at the beginning you got the black fella Liam and the blonde-haired Cora, but I think I'm going to dump Liam because he seems like a boring character and add the Krogan into my party.
I've not actually changed my characters out yet, but I think I will do. I'm being very lazy with the game. I'm literally auto leveling myself and the other guys because
you can't do that, dude.
I can't be asked.
Are you? Well, I'm finding the combat can be. Are you playing it on easy? Because I'm playing it on.
I'm playing
I
it
don't
on
know if
easy
there's-
because I'm a noob.
I'm dying plenty in this game. What I'll say, what I like about the game too, is that when you die, the checkpoints are good. You know, like it is not. You don't lose a lot of progress, and so I've enjoyed that. Also, the game could be really obnoxious when you're driving the Nomad around and you drive off a cliff or drive in a lake. It's kind of an immediate reset. Rather than causing, when you die, it's very forgiving. So I'm liking that about the game as well. And just the character unlocks and the intrigue in the story is cool. How spoilers for anybody who hasn't played Mass Effect, but it starts off and things are in a bad situation, and there's been a lot of disharmony and conflict among the people that you're surrounded by, and you're kind of put into kind of help mediate that conflict, and unfortunately you have to kind of choose sides. The main boss Solarian guy is the voice of the Indian guy from Silicon Valley. If anybody's watched that,
Oh, cool.
So I don't. That kind of breaks the fourth wall a little bit for me. But other than that, I'm enjoying it. I've been surprised. I was going to give up on it, and it's not perfect, but it is. There's plenty of game here, and it's worth a $60 purchase price in my opinion, based on what you get. So
it sounds like it's not what you wanted, though. As you said.
Well, I want Mass Effect 3 wasn't what I wanted. I want Mass Effect 2 over and over again, just slightly different, with a better story.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately they're Dragon Aging it with, you got to go to this area and set up, find the mines and find the, get all the resources so you can build certain suit mods and
But isn't that the trouble though? When you try and copy a game that was so good, you end up making like what Fallout became, just a game that people really weren't that interested in. They thought they've done all this. Are we going to do all this over and over again? So they have to take a chance, don't they, and do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Do you think they've done that with this, or?
But it comes down to developers not realizing when they have the gameplay framework pretty much perfected, and to keep that framework in place while you progress a story and make a story interesting, rather than messing
so just
with
a new story you would have been happy with.
Well, yes. And I'll give another example. Going from Halo 1 to Halo 2 to Halo 3 to Halo 4, they couldn't be just content with, they had to reinvent the gameplay every single time, from dual wielding to gravity hammers and stuff like that. It's like, stick with the framework and give me story progression.
Just more of the same.
It can be done, though. I mean, Zelda's reinvented itself over the years.
Totally.
I mean, you can't say as one Zelda game is the same as the other. They're all completely different. And
I agree.
I think as long as you keep the world that people recognise and the characters, I think you can change the game mechanic.
When I played the first couple of hours of this on EA Access, and one thing that struck me is that it definitely had its foot back in the old 360 days. The combat is garbage. I'm sorry, I cannot get on with it. Cannot get on with it.
I've heard that's one of the best parts of the game, actually. The
Is
combat.
it? What I was playing, it was like a double cuck shoot with a shitty weapon. Oh, there's a giant rock. There's a giant rock creature behind me, and none of my comrades are reacting to it. I was like, "Well, what the fuck's going on?" I just felt like it hadn't evolved at all. And I mean, I'm not going to pick on the graphics and the facial animations or anything like that, but it just felt that I just couldn't get on with it. Couldn't at all.
I know. I played it on the worst system, the Wii U. I know it's not a good example.
Lols.
I didn't get on with it at all. I hated that duck and cover mechanic.
Well, I loved the Mass Effect 2 was great. I mean, Mass Effect 1 I persevered with. It was over in 16 hours. Mass Effect 2, 25. Mass Effect 3, 30, 40. And this one's 100 hours of all this added bollocks in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, mate, I've had enough. To me, Mass Effect will always be Shepard. I don't know about these new twins. I was not interested. Sorry.
The twins.
Yeah.
As someone that's never played Mass Effect before, could you play this?
Yes.
Yeah, it's its own entity, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is Dragon Age Inquisition in space, in my opinion. This game is.
How would you say to combat the issue there, where obviously you're saying about like the bells and whistles being added for longevity in the game and obviously such, but for some people that's a given. Otherwise, you'll get people going, "Oh, it's only 30 hours. It's not worth the money," sort of thing. So companies put stuff in to give them more gameplay out of it. I mean, would you say games maybe give you an option to say, like, do you want these automatically or do you want to earn things to
I
progress
think a
and-
game it should give you the options whether you want to finish the main quest as quickly as you like, because some people like to do that, or do like you do, switch and have a wander around, do a little sector, make sure everything's done in that sector, then move on. You know, so you can get more out of the game if you want to. That way, you're pleasing everybody. You know, you can't complain that a game's too short.
But they also shouldn't be releasing games and saying, here, we're going to be releasing the free multiplayer thing in about 3-4 months' time. It should be, if the game's ready to go, the game should be ready to go.
Yeah,
in my
I agree.
opinion, too.
Yes.
So,
I don't know. It just seems to really. I don't know. I'm not interested in it.
I mean, I'm enjoying it, but it's not this groundbreaking thing. Like when
Totally
the
agree.
original Mass Effect series, when I played 1, 2, and 3, and I know I'm going against the grain here. I really enjoyed number 3. I thought it was a really good game. I even enjoyed the original ending, which I know I'm in the minority for. But when those games came out, I couldn't stop playing it from start to finish. I was like, wow, I need to know what's going on in the story. Shepard is awesome. It's just this epic world. I want to help my friends out and get, and do all their missions as well. This has come out and I'm kind of like dipping in and out because it's just not holding my attention because I don't feel invested in the characters or anything like that. They just feel a bit like fucking the Emo Bopsy twins or something. You know?
So it's less Star Trek Next Generation, more Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah, and we all know that Next Gen is the best. So
yeah.
Okay.
Just
there you go.
One other heart. There's a lot of there's a puzzle mechanic to this, and you're finding things,
so shit.
right? Like you go to the remnant places, and it's find the glyphs, right? And you have to jump and platform around to find the glyphs so that you can unlock and get in, keep the story going. And they're making it too hard to progress the story, and that's my one.
Dude, I have resorted to like those glyph things. I just use a walkthrough because I fucking can't be arsed with sitting there figuring out for 20 minutes. And yes, I do suck at Sudoku as well. So there we go.
You can't count, that's why.
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay.
There we go.
So have we slagged off Mass Effect enough now?
No.
Okay.
Can I ask one question, not to move us too far back? I was looking at reviews for Nier Automata on Amazon, and I came upon this one. It's like Dark Souls, but with robot ninja waifus. Do you say that that's accurate?
No. Nothing like Dark Souls.
Darren, what's a waifu?
A fictional character you have some sort of like meaningful attraction to.
It's like a female,
basically.
A Chinese wife.
Yes, an Asian wife that does your bidding.
Well, sort of. It'd basically be like, say, you could say, I don't know, say like Tali from Mass Effect or someone like that could be your wifey. They're like your fictional wife in your own head. That's what. There's different meanings for it, but it's like a weird thing. Welcome to the world of weird Japanese shit, Colin.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry. It's like Dark Souls, but with robot ninja waifus.
There you go. Fair enough.
And also, how's the fishing in this game?
The fishing is amazing.
It's quite easy, actually.
It's not as good as Euro fishing, though, which I have also been playing, but I'm not going to talk about it any more than that because it's fucking fishing game and, boring, but yeah, fishing.
Swiftly moving on, then.
Swiftly moving on. That is what I played. So, next is Colin.
Just talk a little bit more about Persona 5, if I may.
Oh, please.
It's awesome. Continues to be awesome. And you go a little while and something weird happens. So check my Twitter feed. I don't want to spoil it on the podcast. But this cat character continues to evolve in very strange and weird ways. I've beat the first dungeon. I've beat the first boss. And I am looking forward to adding more high school kids to my squad, my crew of phantom thieves.
Your harem.
So
Yes.
one tweet that you made this past week, which made me really laugh, was saying that people are going crazy because your characters can have sex with a teacher.
Yes. So there was a
that's
Kotaku
awesome.
article.
What the fuck?
So there's a card. So don't read Kotaku. Kotaku is shite. Do not give them clicks.
Clickbait, mate. That's what it is.
So the shagging never happens.
There's no sex in the Persona games.
There's no sex. It's just implied, right? That you romance them and enjoy a romantic relationship with them and all that entails. And you are
illegal.
able to romance,
paying for dinners and stuff for them.
Yeah. Well, no. Hopefully these aren't too big of a spoilers because this doesn't really drive the story. But for some reason, so your teacher, you have a female teacher in Persona 5 who's like your homeroom teacher, and she looks well fit and she's nice. And apparently she works as a housemaid. She moonlights as a housekeeper in the evenings. And so eventually, I've read this from the Kotaku article. I haven't experienced in game yet. You can hire her to clean your house, and while she's in your bedroom, and you can develop a relationship with her.
Awesome.
That sounds like That sounds like most kids' fantasies, mate.
Yes.
That is fucked up.
And there are other adult females in this game that, as a 17-year-old teenage boy, you are able to romance. So if we're going to be a consistently PC correct society, yes, like Dan, you will be outraged at this, but me,
I'm not outraged. I'm just saying it's fucked up.
I know, but like you hear story, like I was having a small tweet conversation with Headcase on this, and what's happening with more and more frequently, at least here in the United States, is female high school teachers are getting arrested and going to jail for having sexual relationships with their high school students in their classes.
Oh, fucking hell.
And so it is
it goes on.
Society, man, and Dan, don't try to act like it doesn't happen in the UK.
And we know we have. It's all over the bloody tabloids when it does happen. Trust me.
Yeah,
we see it quite a bit. It's just fucked up.
But I guess my point is it really predatory? As someone who's been a 17 or 18-year-old guy, am I really going to feel abused or taken advantage of? Or
if it was the other way around, if it was a girl,
there was one specific RE teacher at my school. I'd have been quite happy to have had a relationship with.
Exactly. I don't think any boy's going to
Fucking
complain.
hell. You're all fucking weird.
Yeah, Dan, when you're that age, you want someone with experience to show you the ropes,
Exactly. Well said. Well said.
Jesus.
So anyway,
Christ.
there was some controversy about that, but the graphics on the game are awesome. The music on the game is awesome. The combat's quite difficult. I've died 6 or 7 or 8 times at this point. And it's just a matter. The combat's intense, and you have to know when to guard and defend, and when to heal, and cast a variety of spells until you zero in on what the weakness of the enemy is, so that you can do your all-out attacks and things like that. There's an interrogation mechanic this time around, where you can convert. You can interrogate and persuade your enemies in regular dungeons to give you their persona, so that you can. I don't know if you played around with. If anybody who's played Persona before has played around with the Persona compendium and merging personas and evolving and making your personas more powerful. But it's a whole thing. Webby, you're absolutely going to love this game, especially if you liked Persona 4 Golden. You'll want to play it on safe or easy because you are a Nubenstein when it comes to the combat in this game.
Right.
But tons of content, and the world's great, and I love the graphics. And overall, even though at times I'm like, yeah, this is crazy Japanese or silly. Like, for example, one of the rewards after beating the first boss is you go to this really nice restaurant for a meal with your group. Hopefully that's not a big spoiler. And just the way the whole meal with your group goes down is completely Japanese. And it's like everybody's freaking out about how awesome the food is. And it's just like, come on, move on the story. But it's endearing in some ways, and so I'm really liking it and keeping it going. My kids are really liking watching me play it as well, and so I highly recommend Persona 5. Could be a Game of the Year contender. Any questions on it, Webby?
No. Sorry,
I was about to say, who's your waifu so far then, Colin?
On the only 5. Yeah. She's the blonde-haired, blue-eyed chick, the first chick that joined your group.
The pigtails.
Yeah. So we'll see what ends up happening with her, and if other ladies join the group that may steal my attention and affections, we shall see.
Nice. I just want to mention that the week this came out in the UK, it was number 1 and then they sold out on launch day, and nowhere's been restocked. So it's actually been knocked out of the top 40 because there is no way of buying a physical copy of this game in the UK still.
Because
That's
it's
crazy.
these fucking silver, mate, and shit.
Yep.
Mm.
Sounds
It's
like
still
a
not
Nintendo
sold out in
situation.
the US. You can get it on Amazon in the US if you're somewhat interested.
Yeah, you can also get it in Australia, apparently, that Steelbook edition. But yeah, it was just weird because in the UK I went into game and they only had 5 copies in stock as well on launch, and they sold out. So, and
Yeah,
Amazon, who
under
normally
double
have
digit.
everything, have no stock until I think like the 7th or 8th of next month. So crazy.
That's when you'll be scooping it up, Webby?
Yes.
Good man.
Gives you time
Get the
to finish
steel.
in
Get the
here
steel.
anyway.
Get the. I don't know if any of the collector's editions are going to come out. The Take Your Heart edition comes with a messenger bag and a cat plushie.
No, that's
Webby.
all gone, man.
Oh dear.
Oh well, doesn't matter. I just really want to play it because it looks so good.
It is really good. I'll just, if there's no other questions on Persona 5, I'll just say I had some an Overwatch session with Dan earlier today, which was fun and thoroughly enjoyed myself. Overwatch continues to be the best multiplayer available, and I wish more people would play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a good session on it last week. That was fun.
And we can have one right after we're done recording, can't we?
Maybe.
It'll probably be bedtime by the time we've done with this podcast.
Same here.
I can't blame me for trying. Anyway, that's me done.
That was nice and easy. Dan.
Right, there's my list.
His list is massive, dude.
I'm going to skip through a lot of it. I might as well start talking about Zelda, I suppose, because I have finished it.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Zelda.
You was going to finish it last month.
Japanese waifus.
Japanese waifus. There's no Japanese waifus in Zelda. I don't think there is. Although it's an odd one as well because I did, and the only boss I really struggled with was one of the divine beasts. Which one was it? The one with I think it's the camel one. I think he had the electrical blasts. It was a pain in the arse, that one, because I'm not very good at doing the old dodge time bullet thingy bob backflip. So that was a bit of a pain in the arse. But the end boss, Ganon, Calamity Ganon, I did it without losing a life.
Wow.
If you
Did you lock and load?
Yeah, I locked it. Well, I accidentally completed it because what I was doing, I was hunting and killing guardians around Hyrule Castle, basically getting up all of the guardian bits so I can rank my, get my bows of light sorted or my guardian arrows sorted and all the equipment and armor and shit. So I was doing that, and then I ended up stumbling into the castle by mistake. And then before I knew it, I was facing down Ganon, and I killed him.
Because once you're in the castle, you get the map of the castle come up. And you can't actually get out, can you, Liz? You've got to find your way out. You can't just transport your way out to a shrine.
You can quit. You can quit the castle, and it'll take you to the gates.
Okay.
But you can do that. But so I was just stumbling around because my game plan was to get as many light guardian arrows and screws and bolts and get the equipment, dick around a little bit, go finish some stuff off. And I was like, oh shit! And then I killed him. And then
wow.
And at the end, I got the shit ending because I didn't get all the memories. So I did all the memory. So I did all the memories
hard
again.
To find, dude.
Yeah, I've got most. So I did look up one on YouTube, but the rest I've managed to find quite easily.
So how many shrines have you done?
Not many, about 60 to 80,
right.
I think.
Yeah.
Not many. But I kind of ranked up my stamina more than anything else rather than my hearts.
Oh, really?
But the stamina, you can actually climb mountains and shit. It speeds things up. It completely changes the way you play the game. I only own two horses, Bullet and Dobbin, I call them.
Dobby?
Dobbin from Rent a Ghost. Yeah, remember Dobbin.
Yeah,
Dobbin from Rent a Ghost.
Yeah.
Who yawned us then?
That must have been Darren.
Yeah.
It must be tough doing nothing all day.
Yeah, being on the dole.
I'm not actually on the
So are you going to come back out now and finish off a few quests and stuff? Maybe going back to some shrines, or are you done with it?
I'm done with it until the DLC, I guess.
Are you?
Which is out in August. There's a batch in August, which I think is shrine-based, and then after that, you've got some quest-based DLC at the end. But, once you got... I did finish it again. Ganon went down like a sack of spuds.
Fucking hell.
And then Then I watched the ending and I went, oh, that's all right. And then, gets a bit soppy and sentimental. But, good old Zelda.
Yeah.
But yeah, good game. Game of the year contender, I'd say.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not much to say about that. Other stuff, I suppose. I've been playing. I just finished just as this podcast started. I finished the single player campaign on Super Bomberman R, which is a piece of cake. 6 worlds. I might do it on veteran next. So I did it on the easy
There's
mode.
a couple of updates for that, wasn't there, this week?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't know what it did, but now I finished it, you can unlock loads and more stuff in the shop now. So to me, that's always going to be like a multiplayer game now. I've got another couple of Joy-Cons with snipper clips, which I haven't really played yet because I'm saving it for multiplayer. So there's a couple of opportunities coming up in the summer where we can do you can take the Switch along to parties or whatever, or barbecues, and hook it up to the telly. And Mario Kart's out next
Bring
week.
it round my place, mate.
Yes.
Yeah. Plenty. Yeah, but we need to sort that day out, don't we? Hopefully.
Dude, you guys can have an awesome Mario Kart tournament LAN thing going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Couple of Switches hooked up.
Yep. All the Joy-Cons you can handle. Yeah. Cool. On. So yeah, Bomberman's all right. It's fine. It's overpriced at launch, I suppose. I suppose it's going to be one of those things you can pick up later in the day, and to me, it will always be a multiplayer game. The single player mode is just it's a different item. It's isometric rather than kind of top down, which is odd. And on top of that, you've got you kind of like your credits are like you can buy back into the game once you lose through your lives with your in-store credits you would usually buy skins with, which is a bit pointless really, because it doesn't really encourage you to learn and get better, if you see what I mean. Which is always a big gripe of mine when it comes to games like that. I suppose.
It's got a good story mode, is it?
I wouldn't call it a good story. It's got a story mode.
Yeah.
It's just well, if you like flashy graphics and cartoons, I suppose, and high-pitched squealy voices. Yeah, I kept skipping all of it. Some bollocks about Bombermen trying to free more Bombermen and a load of planets that were occupied by another nasty Bomberman. That was it. Fucking shit, mate. So did some of that. Playing a lot of Fast RMX, which is a download title, which is awesome. I know yourself and Stunty are having problems, or had problems with the previous edition of it, which was on Wii U. A little bit too fast. This is mental, mate. This is. I mean, I play it on the train. And the kind of the sense of speed, I suppose, when the train carriage is going along helps a little bit.
Yeah.
But it can be a little bit frustrating. It literally is. If anyone's not familiar, it's like a Wipeout clone, but without weapons.
It's got like an Ikaruga mechanic in it, where you go over different arrows, which are either red or blue. Is that right?
And gold or blue. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got
What's
to change
this game called? Sorry.
Fast RMX.
Okay.
You've got to change the colour of your ship accordingly to the arrow that's on the road, and you get like a booster. Yeah.
But there's no weaponry in it, which I kind of missed. And you collect boosts and you power up and you can air brake and stuff. There's obstacles on the track which can hinder more often than not, which is a pain in the arse. Because you're going so fast, it's very hard to actually avoid some stuff sometimes.
I think it's a good game. I think it just lacks a bit of soul, really, a bit of character. It's not like F-Zero, where you've got these game show hosts, you've got all the characters you can pick from. It's just a little bit soulless, I think.
It looks exactly like Wipeout. I'm just watching a video right now.
It is, yeah. I mean, it runs well. It looks fantastic, and it's all right. But
1080p native on the telly, even four-player split screen. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun if you get enough controllers together, enough people, and you have a local game on it. No doubt it'll be hilarious. But it's $17.99 for a reason. Let's just say that it's value for money. I think it's value because it's the old Wii U version, which I forgot what it was called, Neo something or other, Neo Racing. I don't know. But this is that game spruced up, shiny graphics, better looking, faster, better frame rate, and all the DLC. So if you're into all that,
check it out.
Yeah.
I think that's how much Bomberman should have been as well, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
Yeah, that's crazy price.
But I've played it for a bit. So, Puyo Tetris is a demo out at the moment. I pre-ordered it. It's out the same day as Mario Kart.
Is Mario
I've played
Kart out now?
No, it's out next Friday.
Oh, is it? I've been seeing online that it's
Yeah.
out already.
No, that's just gearing people up to buy it.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, Puyo Puyo Tetris played the demo. It's if Puyo Puyo, UK people probably remember it best for what was it? Dr. Robotnik's Mean Green Bean Machine on the Mega Drive.
Yeah.
I think that am I right about that? I think I'm
Yeah,
right.
something like that. Yeah.
Have you got Wonder Boy yet, Dan? So,
No, I don't like the look of that. I don't like the look of it.
No.
It looks a bit shit.
Great.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if it
I
ever
think you can
comes down
change
to
it to 8-bit, can't you? Can't you change
You can change the sound and the graphics, to their
Yeah.
old
Oh, can you?
counterparts.
I used to love the original Wonder Boy, but maybe another time. I've got tons to play anyway. But Puyo Puyo Tetris, it's all right. It's fine. It works by switching between Tetris and Puyo Puyo in the game mode, and you battle up against other people playing on the computer to make them obviously lose by piling more bricks or Puyo Puyo bean things into their territory and etc. etc. So I'm a sucker for those types of games anyway. So yeah.
Dan, a question from the Twitch chat, because I'm trying to keep an eye on it. Iron Paul says, what do you think of the Street Fighter price on the Switch?
Overpriced. It's 35 quid.
What? On which version of Street Fighter is it?
Super Street Fighter, Ultra Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Final Edition, something or other.
Yeah.
Don't go back to that.
I've pre-ordered it. I want Street Fighter on my Switch. I can play it on the train. I'm a sucker. I just play it.
The only attractive thing about it is it's handheld. I mean, other than that, we've got it on every other system.
About is he gets the train from Brighton, so he's going to sit down at a place at the table. He's going to set up he's going to put the kickstand out, set it up on the table, and whoever's sitting next to him, he's going to hand one of the little dongles over to him and say, "Let's go then."
And that's the attraction.
Whether it's a 60-year-old woman or what have you, it's going to be
60-year-old woman.
60.
Yeah. 60-year-old woman. Let's do it. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, this is the thing about the Switch. You can literally take this anywhere, and the reason why it appeals. And I mean, I could easily dust down my old 360 and get that. That reskinned version.
Yeah,
of
because
Street Fighter
that HD remastered Street Fighter was fucking awesome.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can you can use the Pro with it as well? Can you?
Yeah, use your Pro. You can have two.
Because there's no D-pad, is there, on the actual the Joy-Cons?
Which is I'm going to see how I get on with that.
So Iron Paul did say that it has no D-pad. So how do you think it will play?
You got to use the analog stick.
Well, that's why I took the Pro with me.
Yeah. It's used to Pro. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Neo Geo games, stuff like King of Fighters and Wacko Wacko 7, and I've been playing a bit of Samurai Showdown 4 as well. And it's fine. It works okay with the D-pad, or not the D-pad, the analog stick to some extent. If it becomes a problem, I'll probably be an idiot and buy a Pro controller anyway. I don't know, but the fact is, I just want it really.
Pro controller's great. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Street Fighter. I'm a fan. I'm a sucker. 35 quid is a bit pricey. It could be worse. It could be 50 quid. Like some
well,
stupid
if it's a game you like, mate, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird that they don't hit that sweet spot of like £20-25 or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which is still slightly expensive, but it's around the sort of like price point where you think, oh, go on then.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that looks like it's coming soon. World of Goo, played that a bit. That's quite good fun. World of Goo, I've never played it before. It's a game from a few years ago. It utilises the Switch's touchscreen exclusively, and you basically drag little bits of goo around to make obstacles and buildings and structures in order to get more bits of goo to a pipe in order to beat the level. It's really, really good, actually. Quite liked it. Have a look at the video if you like it. It's about 8-9 quid. I've had some good fun with it. Lego City Undercover. Started playing that. Got kind of bored with it. I've been honest with you. The selling point of this is GTA, isn't it? GTA Lego, which is fine, but every single time you do a mission, they either go, okay, the next story is just around the corner. and it's not like the other side of the island or whatever. It's all right. It's fine. I mean, I would have liked it to be a bit more violent. Instead of bad guys, you beat them up and you make them fall on the floor. Then you cuff them and
smashing Lego bricks over their heads or something.
And you don't really have a gun. You have a grappling gun, which is you should be able to have a bazooka or something. That'd be wicked. But obviously that's not family friendly, clearly. But the good thing about this, and I did smirk a few times, there's a good few kind of like crime movie references in there. Like there's Dirty Harry references. There's a Shawshank Redemption reference in there. There's a Starsky and Hutch reference. And what was the one that I thought was quite ingenious? I can't remember. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's all right. It's fine. It's good family fun, clean fun, but
bit of humour as well for the old man.
It's okay. Play with your kids. I'm going to whiz through the rest, really, to be honest with you, because PS4 stuff, Parappa the Rapper remastered.
Oh, I forgot to mention I've been playing that as well, actually.
I know.
I still can't beat Cheap. I still can't beat her.
Yeah, she's a bastard. She absolutely... She. That's the difficulty curve in that game. I remember it's exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same. She was like that with the original PS1 release. You need to, with Cheap, you need to get it precise. Do that once. Just break the ice with it. Just get through on a good rating, and then go back and do the cool, and then go on from there. I mean, I've called everything, but Cheap's an absolute bugger. It's good fun though. Tenner for Parappa the Rapper. Easy trophies if anyone's listening.
You doing this on the Vita on the train?
No, I got it on PS4. It has to be on the PS4.
It's really fun. It is really fun. I love it. It's just Cheap is a fucking bitch.
So, should I get? Do they have a Vita version of Parappa the Rapper?
I think they do in the States. But you get the PSP version.
Okay.
Looking now. They never released the PSP version over here, but I'm pretty sure in the States you can get it on the store.
Dan, you haven't mentioned that you got yourself a Parappa the Rapper beanie at Res.
Oh yes, I did. I've got Parappa the Rapper beanie. So when I go to Glasgow,
it is epic.
I might get dressed up as Parappa the Rapper for shits and giggles, and walk around the Stone Circle dressed as Parappa the Rapper. So if any listeners out there at Glastonbury in the June see someone dressed as Janet Manchild dressed as Parappa the Rapper, that's me. You gotta believe. Yeah. So that's the plan with that. And then I've just been picked up a series of load of 2D beat 'em ups for the PlayStation 4. So like King of Fighters 14, Guilty Gear, the third Revelator, which is absolutely insane name for a franchise. And The Last Blast Blue I think I got it for £4 downloads.
It's ridiculous, isn't it, some of the prices? I mean, there is a new Guilty Gear out at the end of next month, I think.
I saw. What's different about that?
It adds in like Biken and another character, basically.
That's it.
And probably some new balances and tweaks that they've been adding to the games as they do.
That's it, and it's a full price title.
I don't like the last one dropped in price real cheap. I've seen like the latest one. I think it was like Revelator or whatever it was for like £8 to £10 in like CEX.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I played them for a little bit. I haven't really spent much time with them. And that's it, really, game-wise. Just want to mention a couple of things, really. Met up with TVK, Andy Lamont in Brighton on Easter Monday.
Oh, cool.
He was down Brighton way with his missus after a boozy weekend, and he joined me and my housemates in the pub. It generated quite quickly. To the point whereby I think we're all drinking plus 5% lager and ale, and because nice to say, some of us basically had to go to bed early. Let's just say that, and that was a good day. A good meeting people like that, and that's it really. I mean, I've been abroad recently. Went to Crete. That's it, I suppose. That's why I've been away, I suppose.
Did you come back with the shits or anything like that, or?
No. No, but I was very hungover. I did come back with a giant bottle of Ouzo.
Classic.
Yeah.
Good to have you back on the podcast after a long hiatus, Dan.
Well, it's a few weeks.
Yeah, been letting the side down.
Oh, cheers, mate. No, I've been. No, it was good. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm guessing when you've talked about the London trip recently, and all the things we got up to.
Touched on it, yeah.
Touched on it. Okay.
Well, let's hear your version of events and the highlights.
The highlights was Brighton. Brighton was fantastic fun.
It was.
Just meeting, drinking, bit of pizza, drinking some more, meeting up some of my mates. You weren't there. Oh.
Webby didn't like the pizza, but I did.
Yeah, the pizza was epic. It was was it Franco good. Manco?
Yes.
It's sourdough base. It was epic. And then we took Colin to a vegetarian and vegan pub and made him eat vegan fries.
Not fries.
Was it vegetarian chili fries?
No, it was something in front of my
face.
Sounded
right, actually.
Yeah, it was good times. We had a good laugh. Brighton's like that, I suppose. And then I suppose Rez was entertaining. I guess the night out. Followed up, we ended up.
Liked it.
It was. Well, Pimp Shuey was all right. And then when we got back, I just crashed out, just flaked out. I've had enough. Partied too much those 2 days. Dead. And then the what was it? The fair the next day.
Yeah, that was good, man.
Yeah, you came out with a Dreamcast.
Yeah, I've got loads of Dreamcast games now.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, mate.
I didn't pay for any of them. It's great.
Oh gosh.
So what have you been playing then?
Just Shenmue.
Shenmue.
Yeah.
What the fuck's Shenmue?
Shenmue.
That's how I say it. Shenmue. Do not ruin my mojo. And that top-down shooter game that you mentioned earlier, and I can't remember the name of it now, because I've had a few whiskies.
Oh, the one that was released fairly recently.
Ikaruga.
Ikaruga's cool.
Not Ikaruga. Is it Ikaruga? No, what about that other one?
Sternwind.
Sternwind, yeah, that's supposed to be good.
Yeah, because they're still actually making Dreamcast games, not officially, but homebrews, and they're actually pretty good games, so, yeah. Fun times.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was a fantastic weekend,
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself
good
thoroughly.
to meet you guys. Good to meet you.
Likewise.
Indian was lovely as well.
The Indian was great, yeah. I think Paul regretted not having that, didn't he? Because he was hungry for the rest of the evening.
Pete doesn't like his curries. He's racist. He only eats fish and chips and steak and ale pie. Just kidding.
And drinks Peroni. Yeah. And he drinks Peroni.
Those cocktails were great in Pimp Shuey, weren't they?
Yeah.
Cans of whoop ass.
Yeah.
Oh, the ones in the cans, they were cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I must have been there for that. I had the Jaeger bomb and that was it, I think.
Yeah, they didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Well, it was good playing Cadillacs and Dinosaurs with you, Darren. That was fun.
Yeah, no, that was Webby. Me and Mike were getting addicted to Sunset Riders. That was like shitloads.
Yeah, and I died really easily, like a Nubenstein. It was good though. It was good fun.
Good times, yeah.
Yeah. And I've got a good video of Stunty dancing on my phone as well.
I think I've seen it.
I haven't seen that. I've got to see that.
It was me, Stunty, and Leanne were the only ones that did any dancing. I was ashamed of the rest of you. Get out there and cut a rug.
So you should be.
I'd legged it by that point. I think I was halfway back to Raynham.
You were singing, Colin, in the offer license. Do you remember doing that?
No.
You had your mobile phone out and you had Earth, Wind & Fires.
That part I do remember.
That was hilarious.
And you were doing like an Earth, Wind & Fire train through the aisles and the as we were buying more whiskey and beer.
Yeah, I'm an American. It's funny.
Oh, you bastards.
Did you mention who threw up in the Airbnb as well?
Oh yeah, that was talked about extensively.
Good. Webby. It was Webby.
What's that? What are you on about?
It was best, the alarm clock on Sunday morning was you.
Yeah.
Sick.
I was a little bit ill. I drank a little bit too much. I think if I didn't have the whiskey when we got back to the apartment, I would have been okay. But Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I had to carry it on. I was in a party mood.
Yeah.
I'm more hardcore
I
than all
do.
you.
We can.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you actually found somewhere that sold alcohol, because when we went to that one before, after the comedy club, we couldn't find anywhere, could we?
Oh no.
And that was in like central London, like near Trafalgar.
Trafalgar, yeah.
Oh, well.
There we go.
We had enough.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good times. We'll do it again next year for Rest.
I still
Maybe.
can't believe
Because
how drunk Peebs and his missus were.
I thought
They
Peeps
were
was
pretty
alright.
far gone.
They
No,
were
he was.
both-
He was well far along. Yeah.
Good.
Bless him.
Good guys.
I think he's in Vegas
Actually, that
next
reminds
week,
me.
isn't he?
That reminds me. When we were getting the fucking hell, when we were getting the taxi, the Uber from the Whitby to the Pimp Shuey,
Oh,
he was hanging out the window, berating passing people, shouting
No.
Peterborough songs.
Who was
What?
He was hanging out the window
oh,
going,
you should have
Barrow
videoed that.
boys, Barrow boys, we are here, Barrow boys.
Oh, dear.
What an idiot.
Awesome, dude.
I forgot to say that. Yeah, he'll probably deny it. I think it was me, Jonesy, and his missus and Peeves. And Peeves was in the front seat. Yeah, good times.
I don't know. I never paid anybody for any Ubers, so
That's
if
all right, man.
you want me to shoot a few quid your way, let me know.
Nah, it's fine,
Well,
man.
I
Don't worry
paid for
about
all
it.
the Ubers, so give me some money.
You paid
Oh,
for
so
all the
did I.
Ubers.
Yep.
So did I.
Well, Dan paid for one.
Oh, did he?
I will pay for all the food and beers when you come to my barbecue.
I actually
okay?
don't want any money, but I
Yay.
checked my PayPal and I paid for 4 Ubers.
Okay. Was that you and Leon combined?
Or I think
Because we took 6. No, we took 5 Ubers. Three to get
Really?
Yeah.
2 to get back.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that was
Oh.
getting backwards, yeah. Oh,
My treat when you come to mine, guys. I know I didn't pay that much, but I was a bit
That's fine,
skint
man.
that
Don't worry about it.
weekend, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's all
But
those
yeah, I'll
games
get all
you
the
keep
food
buying,
and the
mate.
beers. Yeah,
It's
well,
all
I've got
those
the
car
US trip
boots.
coming up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought some right shit at that fucking fair. I got that little Mega Drive console, and I played it once. I played it all the
Yeah.
way through.
How is it, by the way?
did you get an RF cable?
I think so. Yeah. No, it didn't come with the cable, but I could probably find one and
Dude,
connect it.
if you
but
have a PSP, just put an emulator on that. That's all you
I do have
can
a
do.
PSP, but no.
Fair.
Anyway, it was a piece of shit. It was my drunken hungover state. I parted with 20 quid. Dumb. I think I was.
There we go.
Anyway, I'm done.
Phil.
I haven't been playing too much else. I have to say I've been concentrating mostly on Ghost Recon the last month or so.
Have you been playing much multiplayer with people, or much co-op or anything?
Not really, apart from yourself and not the times I was playing with you. I played the majority of it in single player.
Fair.
So, I've talked about that earlier. But playing around with Ghost Recon has made me want to go back to Metal Gear. So I've booted up Metal Gear Solid 5 again. And I've been going, no way, after you complete the main story, you go back and you're repeating some of the missions, but you have to be like 100% stealth. You can't be caught, you can't be seen, blah, blah, blah. So I've been getting back in the Metal Gear a bit, and I've done like 3 or 4 of the missions later on in the game where it's like the extreme difficulty and stuff. Just getting back into that and enjoying that. Sly Almond bought a PlayStation 4.
He did.
The other day.
yeah.
He did indeed. I think it was after we were all berating him for not having one or something.
It just looked second hand.
It was
wasn't
the Persona
He picked it up
5
for a good
hype.
deal.
Persuaded him.
He bought quite a lot of PlayStation 4 exclusives, and I was helping him in co-op with one of them for like 2.5 hours or so, playing some Bloodborne. Correct, yes. He defeated the first boss. I came in, and then we defeated maybe 3 more bosses on top of that, and opened up a few more areas within the game for him. Thoroughly enjoyable. Like, I played through that game 6 times now. I can still see myself playing through it 5-6 times more. It's just that enjoyable for me. But yeah, just enjoy playing through that with Slime. Maybe we'll get back on it with him some point this week. Playing a wee bits of Destiny as I do, just the multiplayer. They did release that patched it. I mean, not update like a while ago. All the old raids are updated. I played about with one of the raids, but again, it's just all the multiplayer. I just dip in if I fancy some multiplayer. I dip to Destiny. That's where I get my kicks. But building up my Xbox a lot more. Yeah. Making use of EA Access, so I downloaded Madden 17. So I've always played Madden. I remember playing Madden back in the Mega Drive back in the day, and I still just get on. I have no idea about the rules. I know you just to throw it or run with the ball and try to get to the other end, and I just get a bit of enjoyment out of it. I've always liked the sports games. It does seem a bit in depth this year. I usually always go for a franchise mode where you just play one season. You try to get to the Super Bowl or whatever. And this year's actually seems a bit more in depth than I've played in the previous years, but it really means nothing to me. Trades and all that there. I just play it for it's like a wee sports game for me. But the other game I've been really playing apart from Ghost Recon is F1 2016. I've started a career in that. I'm like five years in the career where I started off in Force India, made my way to Mercedes. Now I'm at Ferrari. I'm just working my way up through all the seasons, trying to upgrade my cars. And it's an F1 game. There's a lot to it. Like, you have to go and do your practices and try to do these things called like tire management things, where you have to try to use less of the tires. So I've been enjoying that too. And then the other two games, just quickly, is just Hitman. Just dipped into Hitman a couple of days ago and played one of the levels. It's good fun. Like it's very straight. There's one or two paths that you have to do for each level. You go into this one I was playing the other day was a hotel, and you had to kill this rock star and a lawyer. But to get your way into each parts of the hotel, like how you have to get like an outfit of staff or whatever. It is good fun, but it's very slow gameplay. You'll not be able to sit and play Hitman for 10, 15, 20 minutes or a half hour. You need an hour or two to go through and play one of the levels, because there's like maybe 7 or 8 of the levels that they brought out periodically with the season pass. And that was just one of the levels I was playing. You do need two and a half hours to play it. The only other game is a bit of Rainbow Six, as per usual. Sometimes I just dip in with Aaron Gollum. Me and him play now and again on the PS4. It's always enjoyable when I go in. So again, still no other shooter like it. Very tactical based. Each character brings their own specific things. But other than that, that's me done. I've just been dipping in out of other wee games. As I say, Ghost Recon was my main game. That's me done.
Sorry. What would you say?
He's watching baseball.
Sorry, like something really mental just happened in the baseball, so I had to take my headset off for a second. Are you done, Phil?
It's just all just dipping in the things. Yep. Sorry?
I was saying what a bird landed on the field.
No, well, people are throwing baseballs at people's faces and stuff, so it's drama. So it's, yeah. So that's why I was like, shit, I turned around, I was like, what?
Are they trying to fight each other?
Yeah, well, I think it might get there shortly.
Baseball hooliganism.
I know. Anyway, I do apologise. Darren, carry on.
Well, yeah, I'll just briefly. I haven't really played a massive cacophony of stuff this week again.
Good word.
Just basically, Final Fantasy 14. Just doing my dailies and stuff now. We're like 9 weeks away from the expansion or so. So sort of like popping on to sort of level a few alternate classes. That's it, really. Mainly, I've been sort of playing Skyforge with like this annoying love-hate relationship with it, to be quite frank. Obviously, last week I was like quite gushing about it and saying it was like pretty decent and all the rest of it. And I don't know, it's got its hooks into me slightly, and I can't stop playing it. But at the same time, it is a bit shit. It's like me and this other guy I was playing with, we basically hit a brick wall in the game with the actual story progression, where we've basically had to grind dailies for a week and a half to get our like prestige or might level up to a certain rank to be able to do the next mission. And then once you do that, you hit another brick wall and you need to grind again for weeks, or be lucky enough to know someone who's like massively like levels ahead of you and just basically like pull you through the game. Because like some of the walls you hit, it's like you'll need to invest like these knowledge of enemies in one of your buildings to basically increase your might, which is your overall strength and basically what determines what you can and can't do in the game. And it basically only increases by 12% a day maximum. So you've got to think like you're almost like a week and a bit of doing those to actually just even get that up to possibly be able to do a level. I've had like bits where I can't pick stuff up in the game. I've had like weird glitches. The loot system in the game is fucking terrible. Like when they came up with it, someone must have had a fucking aneurysm or something fucking part way through, and they just thought, "Oh, just fucking leave it like that." So you'll go into dungeons, you're supposed to be matched with people the same level as yourself, but unfortunately you aren't, and you'll generally be in there with one person who'll just run ahead, not even as a tank, just as a normal DPS, just run ahead, one-shotting virtually everything. They'll kill the boss before you even get to it, and then run on to the next one.
Sounds like Webby.
Yeah, and it's just annoying they don't do any of the objectives. Like the loot's completely random. You can do like a dungeon that's literally at your power level and get shit drops that you wouldn't have even equipped on your character 20 hours ago in game. It's just bizarre, but it's got that weird thing of like where I just still feel like playing it at times. Like the graphics and everything are nice. The gameplay's reasonable, but it's very grindy. There's no alternate thing apart from basically just killing mobs. That's basically the whole point of the game. Move somewhere, kill a bunch of enemies, move to the next, kill a bunch of enemies, etc. Rinse and repeat. But yeah, just a few absolutely bizarre design choices, and obviously, I know why they've done sort of like some of the stop gaps in there because it's a free to play and that, but you look at some of the stuff and it's like you can spend X amount of money to say skip a day to do another day's things early, and it's like what, and get another 12% increase. That's getting us nowhere, mate. So even if you were to pump shitloads of money into this, you wouldn't really get anywhere anyway. You're still sort of stuck at this long ass fucking waiting game for it. But it's still free and sort of a thing it'll do until sort of Terror arrives and then probably fucking knocks this off the map again. It's just sort of like the flavour of the month for the moment. I've joined like a new guild on it with a few other people I know, and that's up to sort of like rank, I think it's like rank 4 now, but this is how weird the game goes with its jumps. Basically, the last increase in our guild needed... I think it was like 450 of these build credits that you get for doing dailies, and it needed like 480,000 credits. 3,000 credits will unlock you a new class, and that will take you about a week to grind. Going from rank 4 to 5, you need 3,000 of these build credits, so that's like an increase of like 5%, or should I say like times 5 the amount, and you want 6.4 million credits to upgrade it. It's
okay.
Fucking crazy. Just like
I don't know how you get the time
jumps.
to play 2 MMOs, Darren. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally only logging on to 14 to do my dailies. I'm only on it a couple of hours now. And I have just cleared 7,000 hours. I think it was either yesterday or today. On 14.
How many days is that? Hold on.
It's like 190 something, I think.
You're crazy. You really are.
It's 291 days. So let's just say, hold on a second. You only play it 12 hours a day. Yeah. So you've been playing this game for 583 days, which is
Almost 2 years. Every day,
One
almost 2
Dedication,
years.
man.
1.6 years. So
That's dedication, man. That's
Good time,
awesome.
good times.
But yeah,
You
with
like
the
it,
other
yeah?
sort of thing, is like as well. We was going into. I will just brief because this like I haven't really got anything to talk about after Skyfalls anyway. So I'll briefly say another wonderful fucking instance I had in a dungeon. We was in one, obviously a dungeon. Like ran through the whole thing, blasting through, one shot at the whole thing all the way through. Jumped into the next dungeon, which was only 3 levels higher. I think it was like 3 provinces further on. Shouldn't be that much more difficult with a load of people. The enemy mobs in there had like over 1.5 million hit points. That's just like a standard
Jesus.
little enemy that's in a group. I was running around with like at about the time 200 and something thousand hit points. Got up to the first boss. He had like 6.5 million hit points. One-shotted me, even though I'm a fucking tank with a shield. Straight through my shield, straight down. I'm like, oh, that's good. So I watched the others who were slightly higher level basically beat down on it for about 5 minutes. They just beat it by the skin of their teeth. And I was like, right, I'll quickly run back there and grab the item it dropped because at least the item's going to be good. It was fucking shit. Like it was the type of item that you would equip on your character within the first 10 hours of fucking playing. Like I'm after gear at least like 6,500 upwards, and this dropped like a
It's
1,000.
random though, right?
It's completely fucking random to the point
Yeah.
of where like you almost don't even want to fucking bother.
But could you not pick that up, that same weapon, sort of early on off something a little bit smaller in comparison?
I don't know. It's just weird. It's like you
Or
could run over 50 of those like dungeon instances of up to 5 people, and I've never got anything fucking good from them at all. And you'll run something that's like really early on, and you might get something pretty reasonable.
Can you
and
not buy this shit?
No, and then you'll run something like proper late on in the game. Like late on in the game, and you'll get something like utterly shite. It just makes no sense. The whole loot system is literally random.
It's not a proper MMO, is it? It's not a decent MMO because I downloaded this and I watched a few videos, and I've deleted it now off my PlayStation because I know it's been out on the PC for a couple of years, but it's like you're so invested in Final Fantasy 14, Darren. I don't understand why you'd want to play another MMO. I know you haven't got a job at the moment, but seriously, man, focus on one MMO at a time. Come on.
Well, I've just like I say, I've literally I'm not really doing a lot on Final Fantasy, so I'm just playing this as something to do while I'm sort of waiting for the expansion for 14.
Darren, but you have so many
Darren.
other games to play. Why don't you focus on those instead of playing
Nier Automata?
Yeah, instead of playing a rather average free-to-play MMO. I don't understand this thinking you have. I really don't.
Oh, I've also played a bit of Senran Kagura as well, but not a
oh my
great
god,
deal.
that's even worse.
Yeah. No, it's better than this, easily. But yeah, that's basically it. That's me done.
Alex?
Oh, you...
Oh, it's gone.
Me?
Sorry, Darren.
Wow. Am I here? Well, I mean, Zelda, but I'm not going to go into that because I've already spoken about that. I've done over 120 hours in that game. Absolutely loving it.
120 hours?
Yeah.
I finished it at 75.
Yeah, well, I just enjoy getting all the fucking weapon sets and armor sets and whatnot, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just enjoying wandering around. And I'm playing with Isabella as well, so, you know, I let her have a go. She's probably taken up a few hours, but yeah, absolutely loving it. Fantastic game. But I want to talk about really a couple of funny stories, really a couple of pickups I've had, because I haven't been on for a while, have I? I don't know if I spoke to about my friend Ollie, who's probably one of the biggest arcade collectors in the UK, if not the world. He has over 200 arcade machines.
Is this your mate you were telling us was on Hoarders?
Yes. Yeah, you watched the video, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, he was on BBC One, The Hoarders. He's a lovely guy, respectful guy.
Reminds me of Stunty already.
I'll be on that in a few years as well, mate.
He's big time. I mean, everyone in this hobby, in the community, knows of Ollie. He's got an amazing collection. He rings me up in the week. He lives down in Portsmouth. And he said, Alex, what are you doing tonight? And I said, not a lot. Why? He said, well, well, you're not going to like this. So I've got to pick this cab up from Acton, which is not far from me, 5 minutes up the road. I said, what do you mean I'm not going to like it? He said, well, it's your grey old cab. I said, you're fucking joking. Not iRobot. He said, yeah. I said, you've already got two. He said, yeah, I know, but this is an Irish one. See, now, this is iRobot. This is made by Atari.
With an Irish
Well,
one.
Atari had two factories, one in America and one in Tipperary in Ireland. And the Irish ones are a lot rarer. And iRobot is a rare game on its own. They only made 750 machines. And it's a significant game because it was one of the first games that had polygon graphics. And it was designed by Dave Fuhrer, who designed Missile Command and Tempest. So within the community, it is a Grail game. And it's a game that I used to play in Twickenham. I remember it well. A lot of kids didn't get it because it was polygons, which it was way ahead of its time. It's an amazing game, absolutely fucking amazing game, guys. It really is. And I've wanted this cabinet for a long time. I just couldn't believe that he was picking up his third one. And he said, "Oh well, it's cool."
Bastard!
Yeah, what a bastard.
Fucker.
But he said, there might be something in it for you. There's another cabinet there, apparently. I said, all right, let's go along. So we turned up at Acton at this council estate, and oh my God, was it a dingy, grimy council estate. I didn't feel right parking my van out there. I felt like Del Boy in his three-wheeler. I was worried about the wheels coming off when I come out. Do you know what I mean? It was like all boarded up, like the council wanted to knock this down and redevelop it. And there was the odd few flats here and there. So we went up these 2 floors. I said to Ollie, we're going up 2 floors. He didn't tell me about the 2 floors. We've got to get this cabinet down. He's like, yeah, no, that's why you're here. So, so we knocked on this door, and this fucking bloke answered, and he had long hair, ponytail, and a bald head. And he looked like a rat. Honestly, he was a fucking odd looking bloke. And we walked in this flat, and I said, where's the machines, mate? He said, oh, in here, in this room where my mum and dad are. So we walked in this room,
like
and they were sitting there in their bed. There was 2 beds. Yeah. The mum and dad were together in the bed, and there was another Indian couple in a bed, and there was the iRobot up against the wall with this Electrical and Goliath, which was the one I was interested in, which was like a JAMA main cabinet. I mean, I just looked at Ollie, it was like a scene out of, do you remember Charlie and the Chocolate Factory at the beginning where the whole family is sitting in their bed? It was like that.
Oh my God.
And we both looked at each other, fucking hell. And he said, oh, this is nothing. He said, I used to have 5 Defenders in here. I said, really? Where the fuck did you put 5 Defender machines? I mean, the guy was an old school operator and well into his arcade stuff. And it was unbelievable to get his machines. We managed to get them down the 2 flights of stairs. I actually videoed it. I have to put it on my YouTube actually, because it's quite funny. And I took home the Goliath Electricoin, which is a lovely cabinet. It's a JAMA cabinet, which was made by a London company called Electricoin. They made some fantastic machines. The ones I remember back in the day, not these plastic candy cabs, which a lot of people are into now for their fighting machines. I actually like the old school woodies, which I remember playing all the classics on. So
I think the plastic ones started with like the AM2 Sega stuff, didn't they? You started getting like that
Street Fighter and the bullet hell stuff. Yeah, which I'm not really into. I like it, but it doesn't bring any nostalgia for me. For me, it's the old woodies, you know. So yeah, I've managed to get a couple of 60-in-1 PCBs in there. So guys, if you're ever thinking about getting a JAMA set up, you can buy these PCBs. They've got 60 games on there. They're only like 45 quid. Just plug in and go. And you've got all the classics on there: Donkey Kong, Gallagher, Space Invaders, and it's fucking brilliant. It really, really is. So that was my first pickup. So the old arcade's coming along now. I've got Sky Skipper in there, which of course I have to mention, guys, because that's only 7 weeks away. I've got my passport now. I've got my ESTA form sorted, and my plane ticket to Kentucky, which I'm really excited about. So that's really cool. So that's the reveal of Sky Skipper at Atlanta at the Southern Fried Gaming Expo. Can't wait for that, man. Really
Cool.
excited. What
Are
else?
you going to
I did-
be filming some stuff from that for the
Yeah,
YouTube?
yeah,
and
I'll
that?
yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, got to. It's going to be awesome. I'm gonna. So many people turning up. Obviously, Billy Mitchell's going to be there. Walter Day.
Oh,
Loads of other-
excellent.
Yeah, yeah.
Billy
so-
Mitchell.
Yeah, it's going to be
Legend.
awesome, man. 3 days there, so that'd be exciting.
Any kill screens?
I'm sure that.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard. I've been told through the grapevine he's wanting to put a world record on Sky Skipper.
Wow.
Oh.
So
He's
that'd be cool.
he's a bit presumptuous, isn't he?
I know.
Cheeky fucker. I'm gonna
That'd be
give, can I
better,
give you some
man.
Can I give you some proper hot sauce to give to him?
You know, we're going to try and get him over here in the UK for the UK reveal of Sky Skipper, which would be at Play Manchester. You guys have got to come
Right.
up to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
You're
interesting.
going to have to,
mate,
man. It's going to be awesome.
Webby
I don't know.
can't be asked to go any further north than London.
Yeah, because
Well-
anywhere further than that, they all talk funny.
Well,
says Webby.
you got to come, Mark. You got to come, man. It's going to be
I'm
awesome.
up for it. I'm up for it.
Yeah,
When is it?
October.
October. I'm putting it in
Plenty
my
of
diary.
time. And then what we can do from there, we can go to the arcade club. So if we get a hotel, do play, replay in a day, get a hotel for night, then go to the arcade club, which would be absolutely awesome. You know, it's going to be fucking brilliant. Guys, if you haven't been up there, the arcade club is amazing. 3 floors of gaming awesomeness. You've got the whole 80s retro stuff at the top. And then you've got downstairs all the candy cabs, all the sort of 90s modern stuff there, the driving games. And then you've got a whole virtual reality set up, all the modern consoles, PS4, Xbox, Switch, PCs. It's gamer's heaven. It really is cool. Yeah. So the only other game I've been playing, which was a pickup for the Super Nintendo, which is a new game just been released by the old SNK
Are they actually
team.
still making SNES games?
Well,
Because I
they
saw your
are. but
post
it's-
on our forum, on our Facebook page. I was like, a new game? Is this actually a new game?
It is a new game by the former SNK team, yeah. It's
And has
called
scantily clad ladies. Darren's all over this, dude. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's called Unholy Knights, The Darkness Hunter. It's a fighting game, 2D fighting game. And it looks a little bit like, what's that game? Is it Darkstalkers? It's got some of the characters from that. It's kind of like the werewolves and that, the kind of same sort of art style going on. You've got about 8 movesets for each character. I think there's about 6 characters at the moment. I think they're going to update it with like a ROM download or something for it. Which I think it comes in a lovely box art. The box is amazing. It's got a lovely red cart. It's Super Famicom, so it's all in Japanese. You'd love it, Darren.
That's mad. Yeah, because I think they released a Mega Drive game recently, didn't they, via Kickstarter?
Yeah. It was a lot of money. I think I paid 52 quid for it. But, you know, I'm a Super Nintendo collector. So for
I'm
me,
not being funny. That's actually less than I paid for quite a few Super Nintendo games when they were around.
I guess so. Yeah,
I'm actually amazed that
Super
that
Streety Turbo was 110.
I'm amazed that the company can still make the cartridges, because it must be quite an expensive process.
Yeah. I don't know
The costs have come down, though, on all the chips and stuff they would have used, though, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
You're talking like a good, like, sort of 20-year-old tech there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But anyway, if you like your fight, I'm no connoisseur of fighting games, I have to say. It's not my choice of... I like them. I love Street Fighter. I love Smash Brothers and stuff, but I don't really know the ins and outs of the mechanics that well. But there is a really cool kind of charge attack that you can do. You hold down the button, you sort of crouch, he charges up. You can see the bar slowly moving up, but obviously that leaves you in a sort of very vulnerable position for attacks. So there's that kind of really cool risk-reward element going on with it. It's a 32-bit, 32 meg game. It's a fucking huge game. I don't know how they've stuck it on there, but I'm not overly impressed with it, I have to say. It's above average, I would say. I think there's better fighting games on a Super Nintendo. But, you know, as I say, I'm no connoisseur of fighting games, so I don't know whether I'm getting the most out of it.
It'll be a good collector's item anyway for a start.
It's a good collector's item. Yeah, for sure. It does look good. And it's just nice to see another Super Nintendo game be released. So yeah, I was all over it.
Nice.
I know old SNK developers made a game on PC, Steam, I think within the last couple of years called, can't remember the name of the first bit, but I know the second part's like Attack on Cataclysm.
Yeah.
And it's
Is that any
like a old pixel art 2D fighter. It looked really good.
Yeah.
I know they were hoping to bring it to consoles and stuff, but I'm guessing it possibly hasn't sold that well on Steam,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, it is a niche market, mate. It's gonna be. You know, people have moved on, and you know, it's only really for the collectors, I would say, like myself. But you know, I've got to mention it. It's a new Super Nintendo game. I'm excited. I just hope more people jump on board. You know. So yeah, just want to mention as well. I don't know if you saw the Nintendo Direct, Dan. Did you?
I saw some of it. I just dipped in and out, really. There's some exciting stuff coming up, actually.
Yeah, there was a lot for 3DS.
It's fine. I mean, as I said, the releases have been nicely dripped. Yeah, I didn't see any of the 3DS.
Yeah, there's a new Pikmin game for the
I literally
3DS,
just
which
skipped
looked quite
through
good.
I suppose. Skip to the end. That's all the bits I wanted to see what Street Fighter, and they had stuff on there.
Well, you know, I think I mean, for me, the sleeper
okay.
hit is the ARMS game. But I think it's struggling with an identity crisis, really, because it's not really a Street Fighter. I don't know how they're marketing it in this game, but they're not doing a great job of it. But I think it could be a sleeper hit.
I mean, it's just how you use the Joy-Cons, I suppose. They kind of the marketing is almost like a Wii game fighter. But then again,
you don't have to use the Joy-Cons though. You can use the Pro.
In order for it to work. Yeah, that's what.
And
I'm thinking. But you hold the Joy.
Go on.
Sorry. So you hold the Joy-Cons like you're having a punching fight, like a punch up.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can just use the controller as well.
We'll see how that works.
Yeah. But they've added I noticed they've added a new kick element as well, which is quite cool. Like a counter-attack kick. Which wasn't on there on the demo which I played at the Hammersmith Apollo when I play tested it.
Yeah.
So that was quite cool to see.
Was it any good when you play tested it? Yeah. Was it any good when you play tested it?
I liked it. Did you not see my video of it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I did a video of me playing with this guy who's only about 6 and he whipped my ass. I was sort of overexerting myself too much, you know. I don't know, really. Thinking it was like the Wii controllers.
Yeah.
But in actual fact, you only little taps. They're so good, those HD Rumble Joy-Cons. They just pick up on everything. You don't really have to overexert yourself. And I was really I was using it like a Wii remote, you know. And you don't have to do that. I really enjoyed the game. But obviously they've added a lot more since then, which is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I've pre-ordered it, so bring it on. In fact, I've pre-ordered most of Switch's titles.
Yeah. I've Disgaea I've pre-ordered. That comes in a lovely box set. That's coming out next month. They've also announced new coloured Joy-Cons.
Yeah, a yellow one as well, I know.
Yellow ones, which is cool. New the Mario Kart, have you pre-ordered that? That looks good. The new Battle Zone game. I've
locked that in for £38. Bring it on.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Can't wait to play that.
We'll get some multiplayer going.
Yeah. And the only other thing I wanted to mention, because I've been waiting for this for ages, because I am a huge Smash Brothers fan. They finally announced Bayonetta and Cloud and Coring for the Amiibo for the game. And they look awesome. Yeah.
I thought they'd done those already.
Amiibo pre-order is actually sold out on game already.
Has it?
Yeah.
They'll do more unless they... is this going to go into the news about the discontinuation of certain things and rumours of another?
Yeah.
Was that the news that Colin had put?
Yes.
Discontinuation of what? Sorry.
Right, fair enough.
So the mini NES has been discontinued, so now...
Oh, I see, yeah.
So I can now sell mine on eBay for 200 quid. So I'm probably going to do that and make some money. And then there's rumours of the SNES Mini coming out this year.
That's right, yeah.
Which I will probably buy 2 copies of, and I will sell one for a huge profit.
Right, do you want to know what's actually pretty cool? One of the guys on my Twitter, Advent Nick, who's part of another group called like The Attack, on like streaming services and stuff. He recently went to Japan, and and basically while he was over in Japan, he bought himself a mini Famicom, and their version of it is like literally different to ours.
Yeah, there's a couple of added games.
Yeah, it's all got like different games. It's like the old other model, and the two little controllers like fit on the side of the console itself, like in little cradles.
That's pretty cool.
I've had mine modded now, so I've got every single NES game on it.
Nice.
And I think that could be one of the reasons why they have discontinued it.
Because it's moddable now. They've realised.
It's moddable, yeah. But for fuck's sake, if the rumour is true that they are bringing out a SNES Mini, get the numbers right, for crying out loud. You know, this is money. They can make loads of money at this, but they just didn't make enough of them. You know, it's crazy. Just don't get it. Nintendo just don't. Well, bad marketing.
I know. I mean, it's. I mean, I commented on this at Christmas, and I think they have a habit, Nintendo, of not wanting to oversaturate supply in order to keep the long-term prospects of any title ongoing. It's like, if you remember back in the Wii days, or even the Super Nintendo games, like the prime games like Mario Kart never reduced in price. They kept them there.
No, but this doesn't make sense, Dan. I mean, this is a this doesn't make sense.
It kind of makes sense in the sense that it's the same kind of approach, thinking. Maybe to keep the demand high. I really don't.
But they discontinued it.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't.
It's crazy. They could have sold another bloody 20 million easily. You stick them in toy shop, every casual gamer who's got a bit of nostalgia is going to buy it.
Yep.
I'm getting one. I've got a hunch of feeling it was never their intention for it to be so popular. That's my hunch. And
I mean, it's
or is it something to do with the virtual console? Maybe they're releasing a virtual console, which we haven't seen yet for the Switch.
Yeah.
Does that interfere with everyone buying it? Yeah, a mini NES.
It would do. You kind of give away your back catalogue, so to speak, and especially if you're saying now it's moddable.
Dude, but also, people that do mods are like me and will buy a Raspberry Pi for less than a mini NES and put every emulator for every old console on it anyway.
Yeah, but they're giving it to them on the plate, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, it's not fucking hard to do.
This is an official Nintendo product, Webby. So this is basically Nintendo saying, "Oh, we've got this great new thing," and then all of a sudden they go, "Oh shit, yeah, you've done that with it now."
Because
emulators.
Basically all the mini NES is a Raspberry Pi, just in a Nintendo-shaped box.
Yeah, but you can't go into Argos, you can't go into Game and buy a fucking Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, you can. You've got a fucking Amazon.
Yeah, but Webby, you're not a casual gamer. This is going to appeal to the people who don't game a lot, but remember, has got a little bit of nostalgia. Oh, I remember playing that as a kid. Oh, well, that's a good price. I'll buy that. That's where you forget there's other people out there not like us, not nerds, who play games constantly, who just casually buy
bunch of fucking
games.
Nerds.
I will say the way that the mini NES was done anyway, people might want that just for the fact of like it being a cool little model version, like rather than not even playing games on it, just having it on their shelf. Well,
exactly. I mean, like, there was someone at work. She was berating me that I got one for £40, and she was looking online going, "I can get one for £120 tomorrow," and I'm like, don't do it.
It's like these old plug and plays. I mean, I see them at car boots all the time, and they must have sold fucking thousands of them.
Yeah,
because they're everywhere.
I've got a shitty Commodore 64 one, which you can plug in, and it's like the old Sky.
Speaking of which, it's the 35th birthday today of the ZX Spectrum.
I know, there's a new Spectrum coming out as well.
Old bastards.
Have you seen the new Spectrum they're releasing?
Yeah, it's on Kickstarter, isn't it? So
hopefully
it gets some monies.
I think it will. It will, Dan. It will,
Isn't the handheld Spectrum in kind of like some kind of limbo at the moment? Like,
I don't know. They've got some big names behind this. Jim Bagley developed a lot of games with Sinclair Spectrum. I'm good friends with him. He's backing it all. I think it's going to be really cool.
Who's going to buy it?
Old people.
Yeah, it gets rid of the colour clash. Old people.
Old people Zimmer frames. I certainly won't be getting one.
Buy it. people that love games buy it.
Nah, I was more Commodore 64 fan. Spectrum was shit.
I was more of an Atari
Anyway.
guy, but there we go.
Yeah.
That's my lot, guys.
Cool. So, of course, we've been going on for a while, so I'm just going to quickly rip through the questions if we have any. 2 seconds. Elliot says, "Can we please mention my new PS4 and my quest to complete all the Uncharted games in 4 days, which I succeeded at?" Elliot, get a fucking life.
He didn't know. He hasn't finished the Gold. Is it Golden Abyss or whatever it is on?
Yeah,
on
but
Vita.
that's a Vita
doesn't
game,
count.
and it's not really
So, yeah.
part of the 4, is
No,
it?
he needs to finish all 5. Yeah,
He's
doesn't
on.
count otherwise.
He's on to The Last of Us next, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
French
Jesus
show, yeah.
Christ! All I got to say to be young again. That's all I got to
Yeah.
say.
Paul Johnson asks, "Who owns a Wii U and a Nintendo Switch and will still be buying Mario Kart 8 again this week?"
I will,
You've
so I
already
can
got the
put my
answer.
Wii U away in its box.
Yeah. Well, I won't put a Wii U away just yet, but
Well, actually,
yeah,
no.
Mario's.
When
Yeah.
Smash Brothers comes out, then the Wii U's going away in its
Yeah.
box.
Yeah, definitely.
I sold my Wii U this week.
How much did
Oh,
you get
yeah.
for it? £10?
100 quid.
Oh, nice.
It's not too
100.
bad.
That's all right.
Was that with the box and everything?
With all the games I had with it as
Oh,
well.
wow.
It was the
What's
limited
the,
edition Zelda one with the golds around the gamepad.
Oh,
For
wow.
£100, that is mental.
I'm
got that as well.
never
Take
getting
it
rid
to
of
game
mine.
or somewhere.
No, it was just not being used. It was just,
Yeah.
and don't use it anymore.
Yeah.
I only had 4 games for it, and they're all in the Nintendo developed games. And I've played them all to like beyond what they were there for. But it's just
Which games
Nintendo
did you
just
have?
don't do it for me anymore. I'm sorry, they just don't do it for me anymore.
All right, mate.
That's fair. That's all the questions.
We are giant man-child
Right.
children.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, that's all the questions. Not many this week,
Okay,
but
well.
that's a good thing because we've been going for 2 hours, so I think we need to end it here.
Okay.
Time for some
Okay.
Overwatch.
Yep. So, I'd like to thank everybody for coming on. It's been emotional. So, from me, Mark Webb, Gamertag, PSN ID, Steam ID, Webby317.
And from me, Kali to the Wally.
In the right order, Cinema Dan.
Yes, it is. Irvin Big P.
And Nintendo Switch.
And
Come on,
last
we can
but
do
not
it.
least, Alex
Yeah.
from Nintendo Arcade YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So thank you
we
very
can
much.
do it. We did it.
Hey, don't forget to visit the website
Hey.
mojo-interactive.net. Follow us on Twitter at mojo_int. Or you can join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Mojo Interactive. So thank you very much. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Cool.
Whoop-de whooped.
Yay.
I need a fag.